Hi all, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's session on EduTap, in which we cover the most important G and ESI current affairs. So my dear friends, once again a warm welcome to all of you in the today's CT 360 series session, in which we cover the most important G and ESI current affairs from the exam point of view. And today we are going to cover the very important news articles which have been seen in the news from the 4th to 8th of October 2024. And let me tell you guys that in this session we are also covering the important PIB news articles. So that is why it is very important for us to cover these sessions from the exam point of view. So if I am audible and visible to all of you, so please give me a thumbs up in the chat box so that we can begin with the today's session, in which we will be covering the most important current affairs from 4th to 8th of October 2024. Okay, so I believe that I am audible and visible to all of you, and let me tell you that these articles that we are covering here, they are really going to be helpful for your RBI, NABARD as well as the IRDAI exam. तो IRDAI का phase 1 exam के लिए आपका complete session important रहेगा, while the important articles that we are covering for relevant for both phase 1 and phase 2, they will be helpful for your RBI, NABARD phase 2 exams. ठीक है, so before moving on to the session, if you are still new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And we can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of the sessions. और अगर आपको Telegram channel को join करना है, उसका link आपको मिलेगा description के अंदर, ठीक है? तो हमारे सारे YouTube sessions के PDFs आप हमारे Telegram channel से definitely access कर सकते हैं. So very good evening to all the future officers, Pallu, Advitya and all the people who have joined us live in the today's session. Now coming back to the agenda of the today's session, so these are the topics that we will be covering today. That is National Mission on Edible Oil for Oil Seeds, Energy Efficiency Hub, Indian Air Force Day, World Cerebral Palsy Day and other important news articles that we are really required to remember from our exam point of view. So let's start with the first topic of the day that is important for both phase 1 and phase 2 of the exam. That is the National Mission on Edible Oils for Oil Seeds. So my dear friends, we all know that the edible oil are really very important, as let me tell you that annually अगर हम बात करते हैं consumption की इंडिया के अंदर, so 25 to around 25 million metric tons जो है हमारी total consumption annually, ठीक है? और basically these oils are used in the preparation of food and other different practices. So let me tell you that when we talk about this edible oils, in order to fulfill the requirement of the domestic demand of our nation of edible oil, India is dependent on the imports. Why I am telling you so? Because 57% of the domestic demand is being fulfilled with the help of imports. That is importing the edible oil from the foreign countries, and that is why to address this dependency on the foreign countries and to make India self-reliant in the edible oils, Government of India has come up with a very important mission, that is the National Mission on Edible Oils, Oil Seeds, which has been launched for a period of 7 years. So guys, when we talk about this particular scheme, so it is really very important for your both RBI as well as the NABARD Grade A officer phase 2 exam, because these are really going to be asked in the exam, as it has been recently approved by the Union Cabinet, ठीक है? So यहाँ पर जब हम बात करते हैं स्कीम की, so basically स्कीम के अंदर हम कवर करेंगे बहुत सारे इंपॉर्टेंट डिटेल्स को, like what exactly is the aim of this particular scheme, क्या टेन्योर रहने वाला है, what will be the financial allocation and what are the different targets and how we will be achieving those targets. So all these things will be covered in a very comprehensive manner in this particular session. So सबसे पहले बात करते हैं इस मिशन की. तो इस मिशन को क्यों लॉन्च किया गया है? बेसिकली ताकि हम अपनी ऑयल सीड प्रोडक्शन को यहाँ एनहांस कर सकें और अचीव कर सकें ऑयल रिलायंस, self reliance for oil. Let me tell you, as I've already told you, that India basically fulfills the 57% of its domestic demand of edible oils by importing the edible oil from the foreign country. So that is why it is very important that we should become self-reliant. तो self-reliance हम कैसे करेंगे? By producing these oil seeds. So that is why you can see that it will be focusing on boosting domestic oil seed production in edible oils. So it will also be taking a lot of time in order to come up with reach out the targets. So that is why the tenure of this particular scheme is of 7 years. That is from 2024-25 to 2030-31. So आप देख सकते हो कि टेन्योर काफी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो 7 साल के लिए स्कीम को लॉन्च किया गया है, एंड वेन एवर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज रियली ट्राइंग टू कम अप विद सच काइंड ऑफ इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप in order to reduce the dependency on the imports, so we always, such kind of steps always comes up with some expenditure. And what is the expenditure for this scheme? That is rupees 10,103 crore rupees. So I hope that you guys are very much clear with all these details. So हम यहाँ पर भी एक बार देख सकते हैं that it has been launched to increase primary oilseed production and it has been launched from 2024-25 to 2030-31 with the allocation of 10,103 crore rupees. So this is something that we should remember from the exam point of view. Now coming ahead and moving on to the some important areas of this particular scheme, that is what are the target areas and what are the focus areas on which this scheme will be working on it. So when we talk about the focus areas, it will be focusing on enhancing the production of की प्राइमरी ऑयलसीड क्रॉप्स. जो हमारे की प्राइमरी ऑयलसीड क्रॉप्स है उनकी डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्शन के ऊपर फोकस किया जाएगा. और कैसे किया जाएगा? व्हाट आर दीज क्रॉप्स? दीज इंक्लूड्स रेपसीड, मस्टर्ड, ग्राउंडनट, soybean, sunflower and sesame. So basically these are those crops on which this particular mission will be focusing on, and it will also focus on increasing the collection and extraction efficiency. See guys, not just the production of these oil crops, but it is very important कि जो हमारे पास existing production है उससे हम कितना efficiently oil extract कर पाते हैं. तो oil extraction is also very important part. So it will be working on both production as well as the oil extraction, and that will be from the secondary sources also, which includes cotton seed, rice bran and the tree borne oils. So these are the major focus areas of this particular mission, that it will be focusing on enhancing their production and collection and extraction efficiency from the secondary sources as well. So these are the important points. Now we will be targeting and we will be focusing on some numbers, that how exactly we will be quantifying these targets, so that we are already having a vision in our mind that okay, this is something that we need to achieve. So as a part of this particular mission, it aims to increase primary oilseed production from 39 million tons to 69.7 million tons. So every part which has been marked yellow, it is very very important for all of you from the exam point of view. So अगर हम बात करते हैं इसकी, तो आप देख सकते हो कि oilseed production को हम कहां तक लेके जाएंगे. Presently it is 39 million tons and now it will be increased to 69.7 million tons by 2030-31 as per this particular mission. Apart from that, we all know that Government of India has also launched the National Mission on Edible Oil. तो आप देख सकते हो कि ऑयल पाम मिशन के साथ मिलके भी हम ऑयल प्रोडक्शन के ऊपर काम करेंगे. सो यहाँ पर दो चीजें फोकस एरिया है, एक तो ऑयल सीड प्रोडक्शन को इंक्रीज करना है, दूसरा ऑयल प्रोडक्शन को भी इंक्रीज करना है. एंड दिस विल बी डन बाय 2030-31, मीटिंग अराउंड 72% ऑफ द प्रोजेक्टेड डोमेस्टिक रिक्वायरमेंट्स. तो इस ईयर तक जो हमारी डोमेस्टिक रिक्वायरमेंट होगी एज पर द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ द नेशन, सो बेसिकली वी विल बी focusing on fulfilling 72% of our domestic demand. And this will also expand oilseed cultivation by an addition of 40 lakh hectares. तो यहाँ पर हम oilseed cultivation को भी increase करेंगे. See guys, in order to basically increase the production, what else we are required to do? जो हमारा cultivation area under the oilseed production, अगर हम उसको भी increase कर दें, definitely it is going to enhance the production, and that is why it will be working on enhancing and expanding the oilseed cultivation by an additional 40 lakh hectares as per this particular mission. Now in order to ensure the timely availability, ताकि quality seeds यहाँ पर मिल सके. See guys, crop की production के लिए हमें क्या चाहिए? Quality seeds की requirement चाहिए. तो quality seeds की जो requirement है उसको fulfill करने के लिए mission will be introducing a साथी portal. And what exactly साथी stands for? That is seed authentication, traceability and holistic inventory. तो यहां पर हमें सीड को ऑथेंटिकेट करना है, ट्रेस करना है और साथ ही साथ उसके होलिस्टिक इन्वेंटरी को यहां पर सेटअप करना है. एंड दैट्स व्हाट विल बी कॉल्ड साथी पोर्टल, जो साथ देगा इस मिशन के ऑब्जेक्टिव्स और टारगेट्स को अचीव करने के लिए. ठीक है. सो व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दैट पोर्टल विच विल बी सपोर्टिंग इन ऑर्डर टू get the achievement as well as achieving the targets of this mission? That is basically Sathi portal, and it will enable states to establish advanced tie-ups with the seed production agencies. तो जो हमारी seed production agencies हैं उनके साथ भी tie-up करने में हेल्प करेगा, जिससे कि हम basically इन अपने टारगेट्स को और ज्यादा अचीव कर सकें efficiently and timely. Apart from that, apart from this particular Sathi portal and the tie-ups with the producing seed producing agencies, they will also be leading to set up 65 new seed hubs and 50 seed storage units. See guys, अभी हमने प्रोडक्शन पे काम किया, हमने एरिया इंक्रीज किया कल्टीवेशन का. अब इसके साथ साथ एक चीज और इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हमारे पास कुछ सीड हब्स भी होने चाहिए, and we must also have some units as well where we can store these seeds. So 65 new seed hubs and 50 seed storage units will also be set up in the public sector so that we can improve the seed production infrastructure in our nation. तो यहाँ पर हर एक पार्ट पे काम किया जाएगा, that is production, that is cultivation, oil extraction, उसके साथ ही साथ स्टोरेज पे भी काम किया जाएगा, और हमारे इसी तरीके से the overall infrastructure of the oil seed production and the oil production will be enhanced with the help of the National Mission on Edible Oil for oil seeds. Apart from this part, let me tell you that value chain clusters will also be set up. So overall, over 600 value chain clusters will be developed across 347 unique districts. तो यहां पर आप देख सकते हो कि हर साल 10 लाख हेक्टेयर्स को एनुअली कवर किया जाएगा through these 600 value chain clusters, and these clusters will be managed by chain partners such as farmer producing organizations, cooperatives, पब्लिक और प्राइवेट एंटाइटीज. तो इन क्लस्टर्स को, ये जो वैल्यू चेन क्लस्टर्स हैं, इनको यहां पर मैनेज कौन करेगा? दैट विल बी डन बाय एफपीओज, कोऑपरेटिव्स, पब्लिक और प्राइवेट एंटाइटीज. एंड दीज फार्मर्स which are the part of these clusters, they will be having access to high quality seeds, training on good agricultural practices, advisory services on weather and pest management. So guys, यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो कि किस लेवल तक, कितनी डिटेल में यहाँ पर गवर्नमेंट इस पे काम करने वाली है. As you can see here that not just the provision of high quality seeds will be there through these clusters, they will also be providing the good agricultural practices so that we can really enhance the production from that particular area which is under the cultivation of oil seeds. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड की जाएंगी कि वेदर के ऊपर सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करेंगे, पेस्ट मैनेजमेंट पे करेंगे, सो दैट जो हमारी क्रॉप है, जो हमारी क्रॉप प्रोडक्शन है, उसको यहां पर कोई भी नेगेटिव इंपैक्ट ना हो किसी भी पेस्ट का और ना ही किसी क्लाइमेट चेंज का. ठीक है. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर रियली इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. और हम बिल्कुल देख सकते हैं कि नेशनल मिशन ऑन एडिबल ऑयल किस तरीके से काम करेगा. इट विल बी वर्किंग ऑन एनहांसिंग द ऑयल प्रोडक्शन, सीड प्रोडक्शन, ऑयल एक्सट्रैक्शन. उसके साथ साथ यहां पर एक साथी पोर्टल को भी लॉन्च किया गया है, और साथी पोर्टल विल ऑल्सो बी प्रोवाइडिंग द creation of some inventory as well, traceability of the high quality seeds and provision of high quality seeds to these farmers so that they can really create and grow these particular crops. Apart from that, they will be extending the support to the FPOs, cooperatives and the industry players so that we can establish and upgrade post harvest units. So harvesting के बाद जो भी प्रोसेसिंग की जाएगी, जो भी required steps लिए जाएंगे, उसके लिए भी support provide किया जाएगा. And they will be promoting awareness of recommended dietary guidelines. So जो dietary guidelines हैं, so that कि जो हमारा oil generate किया जा रहा है इसके अंदर, इस मिशन के अंदर, उसको हम ऐसा बना रहे हैं so that कि we can consume it as well. उसके लिए dietary guidelines का भी यहाँ पर लॉन्च करना जरूरी है, और उन गाइडलाइंस को यहां पर स्प्रेड करना भी काफी ज्यादा जरूरी है, सो दैट all these oil will be generated as per those guidelines only. And for that we will be having an IEC campaign, that is information, education and communication campaign. So my dear friends, that was all from this particular mission that has been recently launched. Now in order to move forward, I would like to ask you one very important question. Can you guys please tell me the name of the portal which will be set up as a part of National Mission on Edible Oil, so that we can really see that yes, the high quality seeds are being provided to these particular farmers. There will be a proper traceability of these seeds and a holistic inventory of these particular seeds will be there. So what exactly is the name of that portal? The name of the portal is Sathi. Absolutely right. In the chat box I can see people are giving me the right answer. Sathi is the right answer. Well done guys. So now let's move on to the next important news article of the today's session, that is Cabinet has also approved India to join International Energy Efficiency Hub. तो International Energy Efficiency Hub को यहाँ पर इंडिया को बेसिकली अलाउ किया है यूनियन कैबिनेट ने, that we can really become the part of this particular hub. तो अगर हम बात करते हैं इस हब की, so basically right now only 16 countries are the part of this hub, and now cabinet has approved India, as India has already signed a letter of intent in order to sign the energy efficiency hub. And how exactly it is going to help India? It will be help India in order to move towards its energy transition, और हम एक लो कार्बन एनवायरमेंट हम क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, उसके साथ साथ डीकार्बनाइजेशन पे काम कर सकते हैं, एंड दैट्स हाउ वी विल बी मूविंग टुवर्ड्स मोर सस्टेनेबल future. So India will be gaining access to a vast network of experts and resources. और ये कैसे होगा? क्योंकि इंडिया को एक्सेस मिलेगा जब भी ऐसे किसी मेजर ग्रुप के साथ आप पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, उसके पार्ट बनते हैं, तो उससे क्या फायदा होता है हमें? we basically get the vast network, whatever technologies which are being used there, whatever the impacts, whatever the methods which are being used in order to achieve those targets. So we can definitely adopt those methods and we can also work on in our country as well, and that's why it will enhance its domestic energy efficiency initiative. तो अगर हम बात करते हैं इस पर्टिकुलर एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी हब का गैस, सो बेसिकली ये हब इट ब्रिंग्स टुगेदर द डिफरेंट governments, international organizations and all the private players, that how basically we can work on enhancing the energy efficiency in our daily practices and across the world. So अगर हम बात करते हैं इंडिया की तरफ से, तो इंडिया की तरफ से इंप्लीमेंटिंग एजेंसी कौन सी होगी? इट विल बी द ब्यूरो ऑफ एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी. सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, बी विल बी द implementing agency for the hub on behalf of India. Now when we talk about this hub guys, so this hub is a global platform which dedicated to fostering collaboration and promoting energy efficiency worldwide. तो worldwide energy efficiency को बढ़ाने का जो objective है ये है हमारे इस organization का, and it will be established in 2020 में इसको establish किया गया था. It was a successor of International Partnership for Energy Efficiency Cooperation. तो यहाँ पर इसका successor है, that is this International Energy Efficiency Hub. And as of July 2024, 16 countries have joined this particular hub. What exactly these 16 countries are? These 16 countries include Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, Denmark, European Commission, France, Germany, Japan, Korea, Luxembourg, Russia, Saudi Arabia, USA and United Kingdom. So all these 16 countries are basically the part of this particular hub. Let me tell you guys that the secretariat of this particular hub is at International Energy Agency. So can anybody tell me that where is the headquarter of International Energy Agency? तो International Energy Agency का headquarter कहाँ पर है? जल्दी से मुझे बताइए chat box के अंदर. Let me see who will tell me the right answer. So जल्दी से बताइए where exactly is the hub of, where is the secretariat of International Energy Agency? So where it is? It is in Paris, France. It is in Paris, France. Okay. So make sure that you are going to remember all this information from the exam point of view. I hope this is clear to all of you. Now let's move on to the other news articles which are relevant for phase 1 of the exam, and all the IRDAI aspirants guys, please make sure that yes, you are remembering these news articles because they are really very important. So moving on to the very first news article, and that is basically about the organization which really makes us feel proud, and that is the pride of India, Air Force. And let me tell you that recently Indian Air Force has celebrated its Indian Air Force Day that we celebrate every year on 8th of October. And this year Indian Air Force has been celebrated the year to recognize the servicemen and pilots who have given their lives for the country. And let me tell you that Indian Air Force is celebrating its 92nd anniversary, as it was established on 8th of October in 1932. And this year, that's why we are marking the 92nd celebration. The theme here is very important. So when we cover the important days, we have always required to remember that what exactly is the theme and what is the date on which the day is celebrated. So the theme is Bharatiya Vayu Sena, Saksham, Sashakt and Atmanirbhar, that is potent, powerful and self-reliant. So this is the theme of the Indian Air Force Day for year 2024. Indian Air Force was basically established in 1932. And now my dear friends, you have to tell me that who is presently serving as the Air Chief Marshal of Indian Air Force. तो यहाँ पर अगर हम बात करते हैं who is the Chief of Air Staff, we all know that recently a new person has taken over, VR Chaudhary ji, and he will be serving as the Chief of Air Staff. So what exactly is the name of that person? That is what you have to tell me in the chat box. तो आपको chat box नहीं तो comment section के अंदर मुझे बताना है कि who is presently serving as the Chief of the Air Staff of Indian Air Force. When we talk about the Indian Air Force guys, as I've already told you that it was established during the British rule as an auxiliary force, और जो पहली ऑपरेशन फ्लाइट थी took place on April 1, 1933. कुछ एडिशनल पॉइंट्स हैं. सो अभी हम देखते हैं कि एग्जाम के अंदर कुछ डिटेल्स से भी क्वेश्चन आ जाता है. सो डेफिनेटली इन ऑर्डर टू कवर दैट, इन ऑर्डर टू फुलफिल दैट रिक्वायरमेंट, वी हैव कम अप विद दिस पर्टिकुलर एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन सो दैट कि आप उसको अच्छे से कवर कर सकें. ठीक है, बढ़ते अपने अगले इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज की तरफ, दैट इज the World Cerebral Palsy Day. So every year we celebrate this day on October 6, and this year this particular day is celebrated with the theme of Uniquely CP. So Uniquely CP is basically the theme for this year World Cerebral Palsy Day that we celebrate every year on October 6. And let me tell you that with this particular day they are basically trying to make to break the stereotypes that we are having against these people, and apart from that, it is also been there in order to make the society more inclusive in nature. That is why the World Cerebral Palsy Day has been celebrated. Next part is that recently Sports Authority of India has signed MOU with the government of Maharashtra. So wherever there is a MOU, there are some parties between which that MOU has been signed. So what are the name of parties? One is Sports Authority of India, the other one is the government of Maharashtra. And now the second important thing that we have to cover is what exactly is the aim of this MOU. So the MOU has been signed for the development of National Center of Sports Excellence. और ये कहाँ पर बनेगा? It will be set up in Mumbai. तो मुंबई महाराष्ट्र के अंदर नेशनल सेंटर ऑफ स्पोर्ट एक्सीलेंस को यहाँ पर डेवलप किया जाएगा, एंड दिस विल बी डेवलपिंग एज द मॉडर्न स्पोर्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स. सो स्पोर्ट्स अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया विल बी डेवलपिंग इट्स नेशनल सेंटर फॉर स्पोर्ट्स एक्सीलेंस इन मुंबई महाराष्ट्र. Moving to the next part. So Ministry of Textile has celebrated World Cotton Day 2024, and this day has been celebrated every year on 7th of October every year. And when we talk about this particular day, guys, so this year United Nations has come up with some kind of slogan here which it states waving a better future for cotton. But let me tell you a very important point here, that this year basically marks the very first time that World Cotton Day will be celebrated in the African continent. तो अफ्रीकन कॉन्टिनेंट के अंदर पहली बार वर्ल्ड कॉटन डे को सेलिब्रेट किया गया है. ठीक है, सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट वी नीड टू रिमेंबर. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टेक्सटाइल ने क्योंकि यहां पर सेलिब्रेट किया है, सो इट आल्सो होस्टेड वन ऑफ द कॉन्फ्रेंस हियर अलोंग विद द कॉन्फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडियन टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्रीज एंड द कॉटन कॉर्पोरेशन ऑफ इंडिया. तो सीसीआई और सिटी के साथ मिलकर एक कॉन्फ्रेंस को होस्ट किया मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टेक्सटाइल्स ने विद द थीम ऑफ मेगा ट्रेंड्स शेपिंग कॉटन टेक्सटाइल वैल्यू चेन. तो इंडिया के अंदर जो हमारी वैल्यू चेन है कॉटन की, और साथ ही साथ हाउ वी कैन बेसिकली एनहांस द कॉटन प्रोडक्शन इन आवर कंट्री. सो वेरियस डिफरेंट थिंग्स वर बीन डिस्कस्ड ड्यूरिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर कॉन्फ्रेंस. सो आई होप यू विल बी एबल टू cover the World Cotton Day that we celebrate every year on 7th of October, and this year for the very first time it has been celebrated in African continent. Apart from that, जब हम बात करते हैं top 5 cotton producing countries की, so India is also the part of here. So which is the top, which is the highest producing country of cotton? That is China, and after it is India, USA, Brazil and Pakistan, and they together account for around more than 3/4 of the global production. That is more than 75% of the total global production of cotton is being accounted by these 5 countries, where India is also there on the second position. So make sure that you remember this data. All the NABARD aspirants, make sure कि आप इस डेटा को याद रखिए क्योंकि ये काफी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से. ठीक है जी. सो बढ़ते हैं अपने अगले इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट की तरफ. सो रिसेंटली द पद्माजा नायडू हिमालयन जूज रेड पांडा प्रोग्राम हैज बीन सेलेक्टेड, and it has been selected for the Vaza Conservation Award. And you can see here that the program of this particular zoological park, which is located in Darjeeling, it has been shortlisted for the World Association of Zoos and Aquariums for Vaza Conservation and Environmental Sustainability Award. तो Vaza Conservation and Environment Sustainability Award के लिए कौन से जगह पर वो पर्टिकुलर जू लोकेटेड है, वो पार्क लोकेटेड है जिसके प्रोग्राम को यहाँ पर शॉर्टलिस्ट किया गया है, दैट इज पद्माजा नायडू हिमालयन जूलॉजिकल पार्क. और इसका प्रोग्राम का क्या नाम है विच हैज बीन शॉर्टलिस्टेड? दैट इज रेड पांडा कंजर्वेशन ब्रीडिंग एंड ऑगमेंटेशन प्रोग्राम. तो रेड पांडा कंजर्वेशन ब्रीडिंग और ऑगमेंटेशन प्रोग्राम को सिलेक्ट किया गया है एज अ टॉप 3 फाइनलिस्ट. एंड लेट मी टेल यू दैट द फाइनल रिजल्ट्स ऑफ दिस कॉन्फ्रेंस, this award will be announced at the 79th Vaza annual conference which will be taking place in Australia. तो नवंबर के अंदर पता चलेगा that whether this program wins the award or not. But right now we have to basically remember that yes, this is the name of that program, and ये कौन से zoological park का program है which has been shortlisted for among the top 3 finalists for this particular award. So I hope that you will be able to remember this part. Let's move on to the next question. So the next news article. So PFC has secured largest ever foreign currency term loan of USD 1.265 billion. अगर हम बात करते हैं PFC की, तो PFC ने यहाँ पर लार्जेस्ट फॉरेन करेंसी टर्म लोन यहाँ पर सिक्योर किया है. एंड व्हाट इज द अमाउंट, व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द अमाउंट ऑफ दैट लोन? दैट इज 1.265 बिलियन US डॉलर्स. एंड लेट मी टेल यू माय डियर फ्रेंड दैट अगर PFC, अगर यहाँ पर किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को इतना बड़ा लोन दिया जाता है तो उससे वो क्या कर सकता है? इट कैन डेफिनेटली डाइवर्सिफाई its investments, it can also enhance its market presence, right? So and it can also diversify its business practices as well. So all these things now PFC will be able to do. And apart from that, for this particular loan agreement, it has signed a different agreements with the different banking institutions, which includes basically some other parts, for example SBI, IDBI, Axis, MUFG, Deutsche Bank and SMBC Bank. सो अगर हम बात करते हैं MUFG की, तो ये भी एक जापानीज बैंक है. सो बेसिकली यहाँ पर मैं आपको बता दूं कि स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया प्राइमरी लेंडर है और उसके साथ एक फैसिलिटी एजेंट का भी काम कर रहा है स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया फॉर द PFC. PFC हम सभी जानते हैं that it is a central public sector unit. So it has signed this agreement with the multiple banks which are based in IFSC Gift City, Gandhinagar, and this loan amount will be towards financing assets other than thermal generation project. जो हमारे thermal generation projects हैं उनके अलावा जो projects हैं उनके ऊपर PFC will be using this particular amount, and that's how it will also be able to increasing its market presence. It will get more accessibility to the market as well in order to for its products. So I hope that this name of the organization is very clear to all of you. Now let's move on to the next part, and the next news article is about India International Science Festival. So Government of India has recently announced that this year the IISF festival, that is the 10th edition of the festival, will be hosted at Guwahati, Assam, and this is the very first time that this festival will be celebrated, and this festival will be hosted in the northeastern region of the country, and this will be hosted by IIT Guwahati in the month of November and December 2024 with the theme Transforming India into a S&T driven global manufacturing hub. So this is the theme. So आप याद रखिए who is the host of this particular event, that is IIT Guwahati, and the very first time that the northeastern region of the country is hosting this particular festival, and the theme for this year is Transforming India into an S&T driven global manufacturing hub. Let me tell you guys that this particular IISF festival basically becomes the platform, and it is a one-stop stage where the different stakeholders related to science and technology come together and they discuss a lot of innovative and the emerging ideas about what we can basically do with the science and technology. And apart from that, it brings together the scientists, the students, the scholars and all other people who are involved in this particular field, so that we can really come up with some better things in the upcoming future. When we talk about the ISF 2024, it will be coordinated by Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. और ये initiative किसका है? This is an initiative of Vijnana Bharati, which is organizing every year this festival since 2015. तो 2015 में पहली बार इस festival को launch किया गया था, and this year we are hosting the 10th edition of the India International Science Festival. And what is the place? It is Guwahati, Assam, where this will be hosted. Moving to the next part. So the next part is Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. तो लास्ट ईयर हमने कवर किया था कि IIT मद्रास अपना फॉरेन कैंपस लॉन्च कर रही है, और यहां पर इस बार है IIFT, which was launched in 1963 under the Ministry of Commerce, and it has signed an MOU with the Dubai Expo City. तो दुबई एक्सपो सिटी के साथ MOU साइन किया है, and with the help of this MOU it will be setting up its first overseas campus in the Dubai. तो दुबई के अंदर अपना पहला ओवरसीज कैंपस से लॉन्च करेगी, and which will be working on the research projects and other knowledge sharing activities which will be focusing on sustainability and innovation. And with this part guys, you can see here that it will really help the IIFT in order to become one of the leading organizations, the leading institutions across the world which is working on the foreign trade. And it will also open doorways of the overseas expansion and recognition of the IIFT brand, as it will be opening its first overseas campus in Dubai. इसके साथ क्या हो सकता है? Basically it can also expand further into the other regions of the world. So this is going to be a stepping stone for IIFT. So we have already discussed, it was established in 1963 with the Ministry of Commerce. Under the Ministry of Commerce, a very important point. So this is all about the IIFT. Now moving on to the next part, that is a MOU which has been signed. Another news article which is related to MOU, and this time the MOU has been signed between NCERT, that is National Council of Educational Research and Training, along with the Amazon Seller Services Private Limited. So guys, काफी easy है याद करना कि क्यों ये MOU साइन किया होगा NCERT ने Amazon के साथ. See, NCERT की अगर हम बात करते हैं, it is basically given the responsibility of publishing the textbooks in our country. तो textbooks की publication से related कुछ ना कुछ aim होगा. और दूसरा Amazon क्या करता है? Amazon basically sell the products. अमेजॉन, आप सभी ने अभी रिसेंटली जो फेस्टिवल सेल हुई है तो आपने पार्टिसिपेट किया होगा उसके अंदर, राइट? बहुत लोगों ने बहुत कुछ यहाँ पर ऑर्डर्स किए होंगे। तो इट इज बेसिकली प्लेटफॉर्म जहां पर आपको प्रोडक्ट्स मिलते हैं। तो अगर एनसीईआरटी के प्रोडक्ट की बात कीजिए, सो दैट इज बेसिकली द टेक्स्ट बुक। तो टेक्स्ट बुक ताकि हमारे मेजर ई कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म पे मिल सके, एंड वो भी एट अ प्रिंटेड प्राइस, दैट इज एट द एमआरपी, सो दैट्स व्हाई दिस एमओयू हैज बीन साइंड. So you can see here that this will ensure access to original NCERT textbooks at the printed price on a major e-commerce platform. That is the aim of this particular MOU between NCERT and Amazon. And with this part, NCERT will be triple folding publication of books and publish 15 crore books for the next academic session. तो अगले academic session के लिए 15 crore books को पब्लिश करेगा एनसीईआरटी, और साथ ही साथ ये अपनी जो पब्लिकेशन है बुक्स की उसको 3x टाइम्स इंक्रीज करने वाला है विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस एमओयू. एंड द टेक्स्ट बुक्स ऑफ ऑल ग्रेड्स विल बी मेड अवेलेबल ऑन द अमेजॉन एनसीईआरटी स्टोर फ्रंट विच विल बी अवेलेबल हियर. एंड with this part guys, one more thing that they will be keeping on a check, and what exactly it is, that is basically that we all know that बहुत सारी printed books भी आपको ऑफलाइन मार्केट्स के अंदर मिल जाती हैं, राइट? और यहाँ पर ऑनलाइन भी आपको ऐसी ही कुछ printed books जिनको हम कहते हैं फर्स्ट कॉपी बुक्स मिलती हैं. So in order to basically decrease that part and to take down some unauthorized sellers who distribute counterfeit or overpriced books, तो उसको भी यहाँ पर Amazon will be kick away with this particular MOU with the NCERT. ठीक है? So I hope this is clear to all of you. And NCERT has been shaping India's education landscape by publishing textbooks since 1963. तो 1963 में हमने देखा कि IAFT was also introduced and was established in 1963 under the Ministry of Commerce, और NCERT भी 1963 से टेक्स्ट बुक्स को पब्लिश कर रहा है. And till now it has basically published around 220 crore books and journals. So this is something that we can definitely remember from the exam point of view. Now guys, we are done with the important news articles that we are really required to cover from the exam point of view, and now it's your time to make sure to identify and analyze whether you are able to retain all the important information from this session or not. And for that you are really required to solve these MCQs that I am bringing here for your exam. So here is the very first question for all of you on the National Mission on Edible Oils. So यहाँ पर आपको बताना है कि कौन सी स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द स्कीम. सो पहली स्टेटमेंट आप देख सकते हो कि वंस अगेन लेट मी टेल यू दैट जब भी ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन आपके सामने आता है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आइडेंटिफाई व्हाट इज द डिमांड, दैट इज वी हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट अबाउट द स्कीम. सो यहां पर हमें आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि बेसिकली वी हैव टू फोकस ऑन द कीवर्ड्स. कीवर्ड्स पर फोकस करना है, आइडेंटिफाई करना है कौन सी स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है. तो पहली स्टेटमेंट में एम दिया है दैट वी विल बी बूस्टिंग द डोमेस्टिक ऑयल प्रोडक्शन, we will achieving self reliance, बिल्कुल ठीक है. what is the timeline 2024-25 to 2030-31, that is absolutely right. allocation is also correct, that is 10,103 crores, right? so now moving to the second statement. तो national mission on edible oil, oil palm के साथ मिलके this mission target is going to increase domestic oil production to 25.45 million tons. ये कर देगा, and this will help India to fulfill 72% of our projected domestic requirements. Now moving on to the third statement, that is to ensure the timely availability of quality seeds, mission will introduce an online 5-year rolling seed plan. और इसके साथ साथ एक पोर्टल को लॉन्च किया जाएगा, that is the साथी पोर्टल. So guys quickly tell me that whether the full form of this portal is mentioned correctly or not. तो साथी पोर्टल, साथी स्टैंड्स फॉर सीड अडॉप्शन, ट्रेसेबिलिटी एंड होलिस्टिक इन्वेंटरी. तो हमने बात की थी कि साथी पोर्टल के थ्रू हम क्या करेंगे, हाई क्वालिटी सीड्स प्रोवाइड करेंगे. और हाई क्वालिटी सीड्स कैसे मिलेंगे, व्हेन वी विल बी ऑथेंटिकेटिंग दोस सीड्स. सो यहां पर इट विल नॉट बी द सीड अडॉप्शन, इट विल बी द सीड ऑथेंटिकेशन. So that is why the statement is incorrect here, and the right answer will be option A, that is both 1 and 2 are absolutely right. So option A will be the right answer to this particular question. So all the people who have answered and marked option A as the right answer, guys, you have really given me the right answer. Let's move on to the next question. So next question आप सभी के सामने है, which is basically on the energy efficiency hub. So energy efficiency hub के बारे में आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कौन से स्टेटमेंट्स करेक्ट है. सबसे पहले ये जो हब है ये ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म है. इट विल फॉस्टर कोलैबोरेशन एंड प्रमोटिंग एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी वर्ल्ड वाइड, एब्सोल्युटली राइट. It was established in 2020 as a successor to the IPEEC, absolutely correct here. 2024 तक यहाँ पर total 16 countries हैं which have joined this hub. So this is also right. So which of the following is the correct statements here? So क्या आंसर रहेगा? Option E, all of the above, as all the statements which are mentioned are absolutely right. Now moving to the next question. So letter of engagement has been signed between NCERT and one of the e-commerce platforms which will ensure the access to original NCERT textbooks at the printed price on the major e-commerce platform. तो ये कौन सा e-commerce platform है जिसके साथ इसको साइन किया है? So this is a हलवा question for all of you and I believe कि आप सभी इस question को बहुत easily answer कर पाएंगे. तो quickly tell me the right answer here. So what is the right answer? Absolutely option D, that is Amazon. So Amazon Sellers Private Limited के साथ इस MOU को साइन किया है NCERT ने, so that we can definitely increase the accessibility to original NCERT textbooks at the printed prices. So this is the right answer. Now guys, this is the time for the homework question, and now let me tell you that if you will be able to answer the homework question and you will be answering the question in the comment section of this session, then I will be taking your name as a star performer of the today's session in my next session. ठीक है? So यहाँ पर मैं आपको बता दूं, the homework question is once again on the same scheme, that is National Mission on Edible Oil. तो इस स्लाइड को आप पॉज कीजिएगा और ट्राई कीजिएगा कि आप इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर दें कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर. ठीक है? मूविंग टू द होमवर्क क्वेश्चन ऑफ द प्रीवियस सेशन. तो होमवर्क क्वेश्चन प्रीवियस सेशन से था स्वच्छता ही सेवा कैंपेन पे. आपको बताना था कि कौन सी स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है. तो स्वच्छता ही सेवा कैंपेन, इट इज बीन हेल्ड फ्रॉम 27 सितंबर टू अक्टूबर 2. सो यहां पर इस डेट के अंदर बेसिकली इट वाज मार्क्ड इनकरेक्ट बिकॉज इट इज द 17 सितंबर टू 2nd October when we celebrate the Swachhta Hi Seva campaign. So first statement was incorrect. Second and third statement are absolutely right. So right answer was option B, that is statement 2 and 3 were absolutely right. ठीक है जी. So and all these, the people who have answered the question correctly, these are basically the star performers, which includes Abhay Kumar, Rupal Verma, Aditya Srivastav, Government Job Station, Prateek and Astha. So congratulations my dear friends that you are the star performer of the last session. अगर आप भी आज के सेशन के स्टार परफॉर्मर बनना चाहते हैं, so make sure कीजिए कि आप आज के होमवर्क क्वेश्चन का आंसर कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर आंसर कीजिए that what exactly is the right answer to that question. And let me tell you my dear friend that this was all from the today's session and I believe that आज का सेशन आप सभी को useful और fruitful लगा होगा, and if yes, you can definitely mention about that in the comment section. And apart from that, you can right now also ask your queries if you are having in your mind regarding the exam preparation or the session, so that we can really resolve your queries. और अगर आपको कोई mentorship guidance चाहिए या फिर आपकी कोई और query है, आप उस query को हमें मेल भी कर सकते हैं at hello@edutap.co.in. You can also have a call with us at 8146207241. And apart from that, अगर आप इस सेशन का रिकॉर्डेड वर्जन देख रहे हैं, let me tell you that you can once again mention your queries in the comment section and I will be resolving your queries there. So I'm just waiting for one more minute for all of you and let me see that if there are any more queries, otherwise we can conclude this particular session. So let me tell you my dear friend that these queries always appears to be kind of obstacles in our journey of becoming the officer in the organization in which we are desiring to, and that is why it is very important for us to overcome those obstacles. और वो कैसे होगा? When we are asking the queries. ठीक है? So अगर अभी कोई query नहीं है, do not worry, आप अपनी query को comment section के अंदर डाल सकते हैं and we will be resolving your queries there as well. So as I can see that there are no more queries in the chat box, so we can definitely conclude this session. So it was really great again to have all of you here watching us live on our YouTube session. We will be keep on coming with some sessions, such sessions. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Wish you all happy learning.